The message for the states of the Universal, Federal, Confederal and Unionist Fraternity. King Gottwald Peter IDs, 12 November 2019. Greeting, Their Excellency, all ministers of the foreign effort for all states of the Federal, Confederal and Union fraternities. Their Excellency, I, King Gottwald Peter, recognize under the ID's IPSE declaration from 1st October 2019 and the Protocol of Gornja Siga from 12 October 2019, which my open invitation for common development and building of the mutually shared sovereignty over the governorate of the IPSE located in the southeast Europe between the Serbia and the Croatia international borders, including opportunity for activation of the corporate city network and ID's governorate between the international borders of the Egypt and the Sudan. Their Excellency, in today's day of the colonialism, I am applied for your great support of the simple question. Equal on my invitation for your strategical geographic progress, I want to obtain your support for my diplomacy protection, the ex-official status under your government authority and adaptation of the ID's declarations as your own state interest and the integrity of your authorities. Is it provisory process which give me a right to travel, activate passive private and ID's government business, contract the service of the organization importance and build the organization in the common prosperity for all states. I am inviting you for a new progress, new success of all your countries. This is a new diplomatic soul, economic strategical position, counter global geography reconnection, which also recognizes together as a world dominant economic, political and security superpower, which is the competition over the world. My invitation is open and clear, in friend relation. But you are obstinate because your intelligence created difference of the choice over me and the effect of the merit, the comparison of my opposition states between those who are your strategical partner. If you are one determining me as a less important partner than my enemy opposition parties, your intelligence therefore having the responsible determination of importance and values. If we are united together, we are not violate any law or international treaty, including auto-government legalized crime, and therefore we can centralize our intelligence in common, activate organization of our partnership, and nothing is prohibited or complicated in international law. Our unity is a powerful political geography and competition between the illegally organized states, as our overall European continent, including their intergovernmental relations on world level, where also our partners of the fraternity have together other members with a partial dominance. Our international diplomacy dominance for defense of our rights give us one of main political diplomatic positions in Europe. Main security dominance which higher power and geography to the North Atlantic Organization. And in the level of the economy, we will be main traders and overwhelming European continent with absolute respect at trade routes of our countries. I give you a great support for your country. I am also placed on your support to building the IDS community and you are can. Their Excellency, in international law, the stateless people over the world can join the IDS citizenship and together regionally associate in the provisory parliamentary assembly. Legal law not recognize a restriction in such a direction of the cooperative support from your government authority and your government have all people in the register of your country. Simple connection and the new citizen statute grant with the consensus is truly welcome. In effect on the centralization of statelessness people, it will raise the humanitarian society with the network of the NGOs. People obtain school, social quality, opportunity of the IDs metanational work and the right to travel home. In international law, under the Charter of the United Nations, and goes on support for people of the statelessness, is recognized the universal interest to contract my invitation and support new treatment according to my plea for partnership in the humanitarian interest. Their Excellency, in time of the colonization of my country, I am together applicate for opportunity of advocacy protection with your diplomacy and under our common interest recognized in our mutual recognition on the Charter of the United Nations and states who are together can have recognized Geneva Conventions. Today, European criminality is a factor of the crime which expand our responses, and this is a primary fact of the mild political crime which legally haven't any purpose of the immunity agent penal, and therefore I am glad for your responsible treatment according. All government legality is official in our law and main international diplomacy purposes. I am very glad for your respect and establishment of our civilized relations, including elimination of all blockades on the ID status in your country. Banking, transaction, connect, partnership with the finances, trade and economies is one of the most simple standards in the time of the civilized people over years. It existed treaties which today illegally give right to persecute the people and operate unconventionally terrorism, agent world orders, treaties which grant me limit only for the manifestation, humanitarian association and activity of the organization according to procedures of the society integrity. But such treaties out of international orders and violate main procedures in international law under the United Nations Charter where I am applied, and also such a treaty rule is absolutely violated by the crime states too, and main true word of this treaty is applied absolutely wrongful in open beginning of the treatment, which give me absolutely different diplomatic status, and therefore I am appreciate your responsible treatment under thereof. Criminal states cannot such true, but they are never respect law, and therefore repeat criminality of the World War II statistics agent. In such a procedure, their hybrid abuse of the such treaty agent monopolize national votes and would the bureaucracy of criminal society infiltrated in our intergovernmental organizations, which therefore is controlled by the terrorist group. New developed state, which right on the UN true state, never can be recognized as a strategical subject for monopoly of the criminal organization, and never can provide such benefit which all of undermining of the mild international law. If Your Excellency wants sustainable behavior in the bullshit of the crime society, then I am therefore applicant for your legal partnership. Humanitarian support and justice is the main character of our today time. World order of our planet and world political community. Just only establishment of the IDs NGOs is at all times full possible, and which the restriction with the apartheid agent treaties. NGO is in practice auxiliary society, established for the public good and the civilized interest. The blockade is act of crime which must be convicted before a penal. I have all proofs, and in the public, the treaty which limit me only on the manifest humanitarian association and organization of a people free to kill for own self-determination into the rule of the United Nations Charter. This treaty never can be treated and recognized for the relation to me, and therefore, if you want to treat me in such a rule of the apartheid and the terrorism, you must respect the right of the minimum, express establishment of the IDs NGOs, because if not, then again you are violate almost at most minimal level of law during the absolute disrespect of all global law levels, and it's serious crime against all international status and your self-representation as something most dirtiest on the earth. Please never continue with your European policies. Their execution can touch you close, and over the world have an existence of law which can provide the defense for your human right, your diplomacy legality and validity of executive office, and your identity is open for treatment which is the response and the penal of the justice. The same as easily applied name of your state and existence of the nations. Dear Excellency, I am glad for the successful progress of the state, and therefore recognition of my application in Communist Sovereign Governorate of the Gornia Sigara, and together I am very glad for the respect in the Charter of the United Nations Organization, and therefore support me the provisory status of the ex officio for activation of all common interests between our states. Equally, I am glad for your support in the development of the IDs do not country. All cooperation can increase advanced opportunity of the development and give new successful strategies for all states. Per last articles, all legal needs which confirm my status of the government is presented, and data on the criminal application of apartheid treaty of the limitation over my government status is published. Responsible and which proofs confirmed between people of all European nations which more than 1 billion foreign observers. If any person wants to continue to treat me under false law, you stand in the resistance agent of world orders and you risk their bankrupt. In every right, there is no rule which can defend you or advocacy, recognize the legal identity of human over your body. and punishment in any level which the judicial prosecution is legalized by international law, including your own government declarations. Thank you for your respect in the best option which on the world is exist. Every day I represent on the best options for all your nations. Our opportunity of the connection is open free every day. Over the world is already many countries where the authority haven't recognized the threat of the apartheid, which can blockade ideas diplomatic status in the full recognition. And together, all states of the world have a declared status in International Code of the Justice, including the Heart of the United Nations Organization. I appreciate your support in building the provisory office on the foreign country's jurisdiction due to the recognition of the diplomatic partnership and opening the position from foreign, which allows us to connect our states openly in all levels. This government is not only society of the institution based on the territories in decline, but also formalized in the multi-sectors where in the threat of the apartheid is imminent and our right to get the global diplomacy is open in full legalization, including prosecution of all European major criminals. Their Excellency, ladies and gentlemen.